I will not even begin to tell you how many times I tried to film this video. The funny thing about making YouTube content is that when you have disappeared for a certain amount of time and you come back, there's this bit of trying to get back into a good routine, a good rhythm. A lot of it has to do with I'm talking to a camera, but I'm imagining the audience of who I want to speak to. And so it takes a little bit of time of like putting aside, you're just talking to a camera, and putting in front of my vision, metaphorically speaking, my audience. Okay, so and another reason I scrapped the other videos in trying to make a comeback video is because I don't want to be a drama. I don't want to bring drama to the channel. I don't like it. I mean, we all have it within our life. There is no escaping that we always have. I don't even want to say drama, like conflict or difficulties in life. It's just life. But I don't want to make it something bigger than it really was and create this pity party or whatever it is. I don't want to make it a clickbait thing. So with that wonderful opening, hello, welcome back to Sodbuster Living. We are back here in Indiana. I look like this because I have to go to a funeral here in about watching too much Sarah Therese today. 15 minutes, so that'll help keep this video short and snappy. Maybe. We'll see. I'm a rambler. I'm also a rabbit trailer. Again, getting back into the flow of videos. I also made a like chart graphic thing that I was going to have somewhere of like, hey, stick with these bullet points and so you don't go off on all said rabbit trails. And I don't know where I put that. It probably is in the trash because I remember spilling coffee on the table earlier. It was a very sad situation. Okay, let's move on. So we're here in Indiana. Michigan is all finalized. We've sold our house or the mobile home, and all of that is wrapped up, tied with a big red bow, and finis. Now, part of the whole opening with like the drama and everything is that one of the reasons I just haven't been able to sit down and make a video is typically you would kind of like have a I'm back type of thing, and then kind of like, where have I been? And honestly, I'm not bringing drama to the table, so let's remember this, okay? And that's telling me myself here. I needed to heal. I talk about Michigan, but it really wasn't the state. It was all of the circumstances, having to leave here, having to change everything that I have ever done and still try to maintain everything I am. I'm not even going to say I still am. And trying to just work within that in a new lifestyle. And all of that, and in the end to have it pretty much be for nothing, for lack of a better word. I don't know if I would say it was for nothing, but I mean there is lessons in everything. Michigan is just very, and again it's not necessarily just Michigan with everything that was going on, and I will probably never share the whole story of what happened. Again, that sounds very ominous, and it's not as much as you think it is. The simple thing is, I don't think I could have done another year in Michigan if we want to cut to the bare bones of it, and God provided another way for us to leave Michigan. Mentally, I was dropping fast. I'm trying so hard. Me and my husband, I mean, it wasn't just me and my husband, oh my goodness, what have I been watching or listening to? Me and my husband were working so many hours, and then he was coming home and working on sermons, on devotions, on everything else on top of that, while we were still trying to maintain the essence of a core belief we had, which is ministry begins in the home first. That is something that when he said he was going to go back to seminary school, I was like, hey, this is something very important to me. This is something I really want you to keep in mind as you're becoming a pastor. Ministry begins in the home first. And so trying to balance with us working so much and helping our children, or being there for our children and discipling them, and trying to make it lasting, and homeschool, and going to work, knowing that I was really good at my job. I was a good caretaker. My job, I was good at it. It wasn't that I hated my job or anything like that. But when I was at work, always in my mind, even as I'm doing my job, even as I am putting my best foot forward for my clients, my heart was at home with my children. Every single second was a thought of what they are doing, if they are okay, all the time, 100%. And mentally, when you are caretaking for elderly people who, I have been brought up with old-fashioned values, I guess is what they call it now. It's no longer common sense, old-fashioned values of you respect your elders, and there's wisdom that they have to share, to offer you, as well as all of that. You listen to your elders, you respect your elders, all of that. And then having them almost be, in a sense, like a child again, to where you have to balance that firmness of the mother character with someone older than you as an adult. The mental hardship of that. And then having to come home and basically give the leftovers to my children. Like I said, mentally, I don't think I would have managed another year with that. I think I would have had a breakdown, despite working really, really hard on taking care of me in whatever way I could. I don't think I could have sustained. There's the word I'm looking for. I don't think I could have sustained another year. And so that is it in a nutshell. That is all I'm going to bring here. I would like to just close that chapter and put it aside. I do have a video that I would really love to find a way to edit and post it at some point. It is actually a video I made while I did some night shifts, but it is complete pitch black. There's, I think, a street lamppost at some point, so sometimes you get like this weird shadow of me. And so I was like, well, the only way that this is ever going to be a video posted is if I can do gardening and put my words basically as the message of the video. Otherwise, you're going to be watching or listening to a black screen. And while podcasts are great, it isn't a podcast, it's a video. So, but other than that, I would just really like to say we've closed up Michigan. It's been put away, and we're moving on. And God made a way. God made a way for us to come here to Indiana. My husband is an assistant pastor, so he's still in the capacity of being in ministry in the way that he really feels God has called him to do. He's still working full-time. So again, we're still balancing, but I don't have to work here yet. We did the budget, and I probably will be looking for some side work, but it isn't that pressure of a full-time job. And since I'm in an area where more people know me, I can kind of I'm a very big person of word of mouth. That way I know the clients that I'm getting, whether it's babysitting, house cleaning, or whatever, that they are reputable people. Whereas in a new town with new surroundings, I'm less likely to feel comfortable doing that, especially the town where we were, which I would say was like, what word can I use that YouTube would accept? Not reputable. It was called Little Detroit. Okay, I really did not want to end up in that kind of environment. yeah. Anyway, so we're here. Hubby is working. My daughter is working. My daughter has graduated. I have my first homeschool graduate, and it is kind of surreal. What else? We're in a rental home until we can find a place of our own. Again, like, we just got paid for the house this past week to close. It is May 30th. And so it has taken quite a while. So now we have the funds as a down payment on something else in a huge market time. Like, houses are sold before they're even listed, but the listings are still going up until it's a crazy market right now. Houses are being sold within a week. What is available is way outside our price range. So thankfully we are in a rental home. We are not in an Airbnb that we need to get out of within a month, which is the first time this has ever happened. So anyway, with that, I need to get heading out to this funeral. So here's where I've been. Just all the moving, all the stuff that happens when you move. Like, you've got registration to do, you've got insurance to do, you've got all these things, and a lot of it, while we have just gone back to the people that we've used previously, it still means that you've got to get papers together, you've still got to make copies, you've still got to do this. In the headspace of then sitting down and making a coherent video was not going to happen. So anyway, I will try to be more. Before I post this, I'm going to have another video ready to go. I have no schedule plan. I have one food pantry haul, not food pantry, mobile food pantry haul filmed for you, and clips of things that I've done with other mobile food pantry hauls, because I've forgotten to film and I need to charge the battery on the camera, of things that I've done with the items I have received. Okay, so with that, thank you all for clicking this video and have made it to the end of this. If there's anything that I can answer. Alright, thank you. I'll see you next video. I'll see you in the next video. And till next time.